Hello, everyone, and welcome to another art stream. I'm going to be doing some work on the comic but first I wanted to get a little bit of work done on the art challenges, but I figured I would just show what I'm going to be working on later. So, sorry for the late start, but I figure most people, well, it depends, I guess. You guys surprised me on Wednesday, but I figured I'd let you eat your dinner in peace. So, I started a little later just so I could get some time in with some friends and also just get more prepared. Okay, fine. I admit it. I was playing Witchspire. I recently got it through Steam, and it's early access. It's pretty good. It kind of feels like just a total witch build, but for Fables or something like that, because it's very hacky slashy, but it's also like you can do your build with a wand too, and some of the spell effects look really cool. Like I made one that was I can't believe I didn't see it the first time, but I made a character with I forget what class they are. I just kind of clicked on one without even looking because I was like, because you can basically change it later anyway. But I have this cool like cape that has a quill on it, and I was like, how did I miss this the first time through? It's so awesome. Okay, that's the unless you want to talk, that's the last I'll nerd out about it, I promise. I'm just gonna add some cleanup to this one, and then and this one will be done. I just figure I'd clean this one up a little. But it's been a nice week. I got some encouraging news today about my model, so I'm gonna work on it later tonight, and hopefully much more likely I'll make some actual progress on it, because I had some interesting things pointed out to me that will make it actually doable this time, instead of like last time where it was just hopeless. It felt like I was just like banging my head on a wall, and now I actually found someone helped me find a solution, and I'm so grateful to Lyra for that. She's been so helpful through this whole thing. This is all so new to me, and it's nice having people around you that are interested in seeing you succeed. So I'm really grateful for that. It's nice to see that like the artist community is mostly like, we all know how hard it, excuse me. They're so dry. Need to get a drink. This isn't water, I know, but I need some caffeine. And but it's just nice having this support system through the others. I need to find more, but her and AV and all the other people I talked to have been really great. But But yeah, I just thought I would do this today in case people were disappointed that they missed the one on Wednesday. I figured not everyone's going to be available on a Friday, but I took a shot in the dark. And said, why not just do it in case someone missed it and wanted to say hello and pop in for a little bit. Nerd out about old animation and talk about cartoons. So I do that here a lot. But I hope everyone's had an alright week. Mine. Yeah, it was mainly positive. I forgot about this brush, which is perfect. This is a just a regular vector brush. I totally forgot it was in here. I think it's vector because it feels like it has like a harder edge to it, even at lower resolution. So. Interesting. Anyway, sorry. But yeah, I'm gonna work on that later tonight, and I'll well, we'll see. If I finish it tonight, cool. If I finish it tomorrow, either way, I'm gonna do a little like announcement with my model. I'm not cool enough to do a. I have no singing voice, so I can't do like a cool like debut where like I'm pretending to be a villain or something. Besides, that's not my character anyway, so that wouldn't make sense. He's a whoa. He's an explorer. Interesting. So I'm gonna do a sometime this week, if not tomorrow, then yes. I'm aiming for tomorrow, but sometime soon I'm gonna have a message that will pop up and be like, and show my character or like a silhouette of them. I'm gonna look and see what other people do just for ideas. But I'm thinking of like doing like a silhouette of him just slowly getting closer to the screen, and it's black, and then it gets it's starting to get more visible, and then it just says before. I might even put like a filter on so that it looks like he's walking through mist, and then I'll say like visible on, and then show like probably I'll do a debut on Tuesday. It's what I would love. So I'm just so happy that that actually, because I was talking with my parents just yesterday about this and saying how like I've just been banging my head about on the wall on trying to come to a solution with this, and it's just so nice to actually like. I'm not sure this is going to be the 100% solution, but this is. I'm going to say this is definitely putting me in a much more optimistic mood. Like, I think this could be it, honestly, because so many of my problems, the bulk of the problems are that the file's too big to even pretend to play around with in VTube Studio. So at the very least, I can debut a semi-functional model, and if I'm lucky, which I really hope I am, I can debut a fully functional model that will have like at least its original functions, and maybe I can start to work on some of the altered states, like changing the arms for various expressions, stuff like that. So yeah, I hope I didn't miss everyone. I hope not too many people came here at 6 and were disappointed, because I apologize. But it's so rare to find a game that like that other people are playing that I can play. And when I saw that they were playing this game that I just got, I was like, I have to jump in on this. Ironically, if I should have just left earlier though, because I was like, they were winding down anyway. I feel kind of bad about that, so apologies for that. But in any case, I'm really excited about the VTuber news, because it'll be really nice having that out of the way. Oh, I am putting so much time into this, but it's just kind of a cool. It was a fun idea, so I figured it'd be nice to clean it up a little. Let's see if anyone shows up. No, that's fine. Like I said, I got other things to do tonight anyway, so if I have to... No one shows up, I still can get a lot done tonight. But yeah, we'll see how it goes tonight. I'm gonna try and get some of this done, and then I'm gonna work on some coloring for the comic. I got that page I showed earlier that I'll put up again when more people are here. But, decided to get to work on that too. I did make some progress on it today a little bit. So. Blur brush is pretty nice with like effects like this on the. When you want like something like a nice smooth look on it, like that. Guy's so small, I don't know why I'm caring so much, but it's just fun. It's like. Cause see, like, when I zoom this out, you're barely gonna see this. So. He's a much bigger part of this. I'm really liking this. Do, 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 do. Yeah, that kind of helps. I might. Maybe a little bit. Let's see what this does. And do this for. Just so I can see what this does. I'm probably not. Gaussian blur. Yeah, something kind of like that, where it's a little bit hazy, but yeah. We'll just undo this and there. Hope everyone's having a nice Friday. I said that earlier, but if you like what you see, please like and subscribe and hit the notification. And feel free to comment, whether it's like on specifically what I'm drawing, or like, for instance, recently with this being about cartoons, like drawings that you would love to see possibly in the I don't know if covered in the future is the right word. Just if you want to talk about like drawings that you like to draw in the that are comic or that are cartoon based, because I'm not taking it. This isn't like a requests kind of challenge. This is more like I'm just doing some prompts. So if you have suggestions for the prompts, that would be fine. But this isn't like, I've had people text in and ask for specific things, and I've had to tell them that that's not what this is for. But I'm not annoyed if people do it. It's totally understandable. And like I said, if it's related, then sure, I'll do it. Like, let's see. I think the next prompt is transformation. And I was thinking about drawing. There's a couple things I thought about. That one's not really a transformation. I guess it kind of is. But there's maybe the scene where Beast is changing actually might be kind of cool. But yeah, that could be a cool, that could be a fun one to do. The moment right after he breaks free from the spell. It's funny that so many people feel like, and I would have to ask that would be a fun question to ask Glenn Keane sometime. Is what was Bell disappointed? Because I've seen so many people like make their own fan theories that like the minute he turned into a human, she kind of looked at him like, huh, okay. I think it was more like, is this still the same person? Is what she was probably looking at him like, because something really weird just happened, and this is the world. And if he could turn into a beast, who knows what else could happen. So. I haven't really tried to draw lava too many times. It's kind of fun. I realize this looks a little bit like more like an explosion than lava, but I'm giving it a shot. So, it's not going to be perfect on the first try, but it's fun to try still. Yeah, even though he's got this mild glow to his gear, I do want to show that he's just like completely shadowed by the excuse me, I'm about to sneeze. Excuse me, sorry. By the lava behind him. Do, 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 do. Well, I guess. Well, we'll see. I mean, it's only a half hour. It shouldn't be so negative. Who knows how long it's going to be before anyone shows up. So. And last time I was lucky because I think just being a Wednesday. Much more likely to have it happen, but. Oh. Probably not as likely today. Okay. Oh, it's pretty cool. Well, there's still a few issues here and there that I need to fix, but. I wonder if I can fix those with, where are they? There. Get rid of some of the guiding lines because they were kind of interfering with everything else. Maybe not. You know what? I don't want that. It kind of takes away a little bit from this. I can do this, but I don't want to do the whole glove lighting up. Maybe some little. Yeah, but it's not lightning, it's earth powers, so it wouldn't be that. I got this much done, so that's good. We're pretty close, honestly. This is just going to clean up some of the lines. Okay. I think that's good, honestly. I mean, I could do more, but I think it's got the point. Any more, and it's kind of, I mean, it's already overkill for just a monthly challenge, so I'll be right back. I need to get some water, actually. That's good. Yeah, I think this looks pretty good. Let's move on to the next one. Maybe we'll start a new one, and then... Hello! Glad you could drop in. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I figured I wouldn't just do make it both days just because it was in between them, but... Belated still counts. Because I figured it boosts up the video, and I mean, why not? I figured not everyone can make it on Wednesday. I mean, I didn't do one yesterday, and not everyone can make it on Wednesday, so... But thank you. Yeah, this is for, the, Toon challenge I'm doing. This is the Golden Age Disney. Yeah, this is from, Fantasia. It's called, it's a pretty cool song, and, that plays, it's like a very classic song, and it's, Ballad on Bald Mountain, I think it's called. Or something to that effect. And, this guy is... I'm not really emphasizing just how big this guy in the background really is. He's like kaiju sized. He's like... His wings... The way they do it in the animation is so cool, because he unwraps his wings, and he's like the top of the mountain. Like, when you think it's a regular mountain until you notice that it unfolds, and you're like, wait a minute, the top of that mountain is a monster. And then all these little monsters are inside, like, dancing and having a party and just being evil. So I figured I'd have one of my characters about to beat up one of them, and this guy, like, Kool-Aid Man, explodes out of the mountain, and he's about to just, like, send him Team Rocket font into the into the horizon. I may make the fist bigger just to show just how much of a difference there is, but I'm not sure. I think it gets the point across pretty good. Because you can pretty much tell he's pretty... I think you can tell he's pretty far away, and I may even blur it a little bit just to show how far away this guy is. So, but yeah, no, I'm really happy with this one. I started another one, let's see. I was working on some of my pages, and I will work on some more tonight too. Oh, this is the one I started to work on, Arcane. I did, Warwick, I think is its name. And, whoops, sorry, it's way over here. It's fighting my werewolf character, and I figured that would be kind of cool. Having a a beast full of rage and just. I guess in the game he's actually smarter. In the show, he kind of felt like he was like just barely able to hold on to any sentience at all. But I've heard interactions with like, and he does like actually talk. So, but this guy is like a tactician that uses copies of himself. He showed up in the later season of Arcane. But based on how I've already spoiled so many other shows, I'm so nervous about saying when. Because I never know when people have watched the show or not. Case in point, Avatar. I'll never live that down. Just like... I'm going to Cartoon Azkaban for that. Yeah, this guy makes like can make copies of himself out of shadow and clouds. And I know that sounds Naruto, but Naruto wasn't the first story to do that, so I figure it's okay. Yeah! I think it... Let's go for the gold! By the way, Anakin, Luke's father. How many spoilers can I fit in one session? Yeah. If that's a spoiler though, I would that's even more like that's so pop culture. I would just be like, well, you brought that on yourself. Sorry. It's like, or if you don't watch it, you don't care. So I doubt you would care. Like someone would really care if it's like, oh no, this movie I'll never watch. Darn. By the way, I mean, I don't know if you can tell by the silhouette, but he's punching into, well, like I said, he's punching into a shadow, so there's no gore here. That's just, it's a living spell. He basically just makes copies of himself that are like just energy. And that's why it's like dissipating and even this one might not be a real version of him. But Arcane sure liked its bright colors. I almost did Heimeldinger. I think, yeah, right? Is that his name? Heimeldinger? I always get there. But I couldn't think of a fun enough situation to put him into. I was almost going to put him in with, in a lab setting with one of my characters, but I decided I'll save that character for another one. I'm trying to figure out what I should do for a transformation. I'm thinking there's a couple different transformations in like animated pop culture. Like there's I mean the obvious just Transformers, or there's like there's a couple other ones. I'm trying to think offhand, but I had a couple on hand when I was finishing up on Wednesday, but I still am a bit on the fence because like another one I was thinking is putting my Unseelie elf in a situation where he's meeting Facilier, because like he has that whole song called where he does the transformation thing and he's like friends on the other side, and he'd just be like, ooh, do tell, friends on the other side, huh? It's like, I'm from the other side. Not the side you're thinking of, but... And then there's, what was the other ones? Today I was thinking it might even be fun just to do a drawing of Beast transforming into his human form. Spoiler number 3, I guess. But again, I mean that's a golden age. Not everyone sees everything, I know, but still, it's an old story. It's well known that he doesn't, even in the original, he didn't stay a monster. So, not a real spoiler. The original was different because like there was the original felt like kind of more similar. It had aspects similar to like Cinderella kind of too, because like there were two other sisters that were like troublemakers essentially, and they have an interesting fate at the end of the story. But yeah. Kind of interesting that in both those cases it's like yeah, let's go for the gold. How many can I get in one session? Let's see. Oh yeah, Optimus does not demise, even though the movie's called The Demise of Optimus. There's my number 4. Although I blame that one on video rentals, because like if you look at the movies, the next one's called The Return of Optimus. So I was like, guys, at least like call it something else so we don't know even before we watch the movie that he's okay. Like, most kids that are old enough to watch Transformers at least had a goldfish that they lost, so like they can handle it. I know that it wasn't very common back then, though, so it was definitely a surprise. hate saying back then. It makes me feel old. Or Jafar turning into the snake actually would be a cool thing for transformation as well, because I do love that how he looked in that scene. That was pretty cool. You'll see how snake-like I can be. Oh, you need to watch the cartoons. The cartoons are so much. I mean, the first Transformers movie was okay, but the old show and the Transformers the movie, the animated one, I thought was way better. Like, it just has good music. It's got some like voice casting that you'll never see again, because Orson Welles was the villain. So I think the only thing more crazy than that is that in The Great Mouse Detective, when they got Vincent Price to play the villain. The guy who like just basically lived for promoting the horror genre got to be this evil mouse. Or Ratigan. Doesn't like being called a rat though. Nope, then you. Sorry, buddy, you're a rat. I repeat, only a big stinking rat would shoot me in the back. Bang. So I'm a big fat rat. Here, rat, have some cheese. Yes, I grew up on Looney Tunes. Because, yeah, it seems like for a little while I liked Shia LaBeouf, but then he started to do that weird stuff with, like, what was the name of that game? The one where you play as the photographer, and she's on, like, an alien planet. Anyway, he was gonna make it so that there was, like, artists could drop in their art and, like, just get and like it was going to be like a community event, and he felt like it was a great way for artists to get exposure, and I was just rolling my eyes. I love it. Anastasia was good. Yeah, I think, yeah, that whole era was like, I think I was talking about like Treasure Planet on Wednesday, and saying how like that movie is just really underrated, especially because everyone had different expectations for it, I think. I mean, I thought it was still good. I listened to some interview with with an artist that said that he wished that they had just done the original story, but I mean, it was cool for the time. But Anastasia was really fun because of the I mean, it used the 2D, 3D effects really well. And it wasn't a Disney story, so... And it made me want to look more into Rasputin and see what really happened with him, which, boy... It's... I think reality is weirder than fiction when it comes to him. The most unlucky con artist ever. It's not Disney. It's it was was it DreamWorks? Hang on. Or Fox. I can't. It was something weird. Because it was a Don Bluth movie. I mean, that's why it's so good, is because Don Bluth was involved. But, man, they just make it as hard as possible to find out who produced it. Because I know it wasn't Don Bluth Studios. Let's see. Multiple formats, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't say. How does it not say when this is the... Ugh. No one wants... What? Yeah, it was Fox Animation Studios. Sorry, I was right. Well, my last guess was right. It was Fox Animation Studios, which did not last long. It's too bad. If Don Bluth had stayed in animation, I think that would have been really incredible. But I think it was just too much. I mean, he was already getting up in age, and like, what he wanted to do, he knew they weren't gonna like back the projects that he wanted to do the way he wanted to do them, because he's a very like old school, like hand-drawn kind of artist, and like they just weren't getting, even in Anastasia, I don't think got the budget that he wanted for it. So yeah, I don't know. Be right back. I need to get my water. Don Bluth was really good at writing songs, though. Like, I mean, All Dogs Go to Heaven has such a catchy song in it. And so did American Tail. And yeah, all of it's, everything he's been involved in. Like, Five Goes West had some good songs in it. So he was really good. I mean, like, my favorite of his is still Secret of Nim. Like, just the action in that one was so cool. And, like, I mean, the story alone is really fun, too. Like, a mother who's just totally being put into such a dangerous situation, but she does it anyway just to save her child, or all of her children, because especially the one that's can't go anywhere because he's got pneumonia, not some magical disease, an actual one, which was crazy at the time to be like, wait, this isn't some spell. It's like, no, he's just sick. And his siblings don't know if he'll survive. So it was that was actually more, I'd say, pretty deep to see that in a animated movie. But I definitely recommend that one. If you liked Anastasia, you'll really like Secret of NIMH. It's action-packed for a story about mice. It was based on a book called Mrs. Frisby or Ms. Frisby, but they felt it was too. They changed her name to Brisby because they felt that was too close to the toy, which is kind of funny because I don't know how many kids would have really been that confused. But whatever. I think his movies didn't get. I think Anastasia was like his knockout role after some movies that weren't that good. It's still a really good movie. I'd still say it's worth a rewatch. But I mean, Bluth reuses the same actors in all of his things. So if you've heard, like the crow in that shows up in Rescuers Down Under, which is another really great underappreciated movie of his about a kid trying to protect a kid who finds out that there's this super rare golden eagle that lives in the outback near his house, and he's trying to protect it from this poacher. And he's completely out of his depth. He's going up against an adult who does this who's very passionate about hunting down any and every kind of creature imaginable. So it was a really good film. But I liked on top of just the good story, I also liked the fact that in Secret of NIMH, it was just like this. It used a lot of not so much it didn't do the Xerox era Disney where they just trace things, but they did heavily reference old movies for a lot of the fights. There's several times where there's sword fighting in it, and they pretty much reference actual I think they referenced the Odyssey, the old Odyssey, or was it Clash of the Titans is what they referenced, along with some other older films. Pretty cool. But similar art style too. He's got very expressive characters in Don Bluth. All of his characters really are all about heavily emoting, which I always like because that's fun, more fun that way. Didn't think of other ones that were really good. Well, I mean, there was also like Titan AE. Was that was actually Fox Animation as well, I believe. Which is funny because when I went to go see that movie, yes, I'm that old. I saw it in theaters. It was the marketing for it only showed the CG parts. So I thought it was a live action movie. Like I walk into it and I'm like, "Oh, right." I saw Don Bluth's name and I'm like, "That's weird. What did he make like do some of the special effects?" And then I see the characters and I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool." I wasn't expecting this to be animated, but good. Maybe they should have marketed it this way because probably not everyone has my point of view of animation, but I don't think it did great anyway. Even with them trying to hide the fact that it was animated, I don't think it did great, which is too bad because it was a cool idea. Oh, Clash of the Titans. Yes, that was claiming that was stop motion. Oh gosh. Ray Harryhausen. Yeah. Yeah, he did I mean they even did a nod to like that kind of art in Gravity Falls. There was an episode where Mabel reveals that she's scared of stop motion animation because she saw it as a kid and it scared her. And I don't blame her because like I remember when first time I trying to think it was I think I walked in on like one of the worst scenes in Dark Crystal out of context one time when my parents were renting it and when I was really young, and I'm just like just instantly froze in my tracks. It's like, oh, I get to see a Muppet get its life sucked out of it. Oh, okay. This will be a core memory now. Sure. Why don't we stick with that? Let's work on the transformation one a little bit, and then I'll work on the comic. Trying to think. Or what was the other prompt after the transformation one? I think there was something else after that one. That and the scene from I think stop motion is so much scarier in general, along with practical effects, than CG will ever be. Like, I remember that scene from Witches where the kid turned like there's a really creepy scene in that, and if you know, you know. They tried to put it in the newer version, but I don't think it's as scary because I think maybe they didn't. Maybe they did it CG. I mean practical effects again, but it was really creepy as a kid watching that scene. Let's see. Toontastic. Oh, well, there's this one called. Oh, right. One of the one from yesterday was Actually, let's do that one instead. It's Ghibli. So I was trying to. I think I was gonna do Hmm. I think I'm gonna have I'm gonna have Grace from my comic riding one of those Nausicaa vehicles, the gliders. And she's wearing one of the gas masks that they wear, with like goggles up, but not covering her eyes. Maybe not even on. I don't want to do that. I want to show as much of the Ghibli effect as I can with her. Or I could make it based off of That's that's stop motion claymation. Yeah, that was fun. I did like Chris the Were Rabbit was really funny. I might do more than one for Ghibli, just because like there's so many characters. I mean, there's so much of like my art that's inspired by it that it only makes sense to like. I really, you know what? I think I'm gonna do I'm gonna parody the scene where from Castle in the Sky, where the guy like rips up his shirt, flexing his muscles, and I'm gonna put Richard in instead, and Grace will be behind him like, I'm not mending that. Because that is such a funny scene. That would be a good one too. Richard is the king. Solomon! I have a new plan. This time I'm gonna blow them to bits. It's funny how Hal like got the disguise perfectly, but forgot that the guy is just not that smart. Because even Solomon's like, you're very eloquent today, Your Majesty. And it's like he just comes in like, I'm gonna blow them up. But yeah, Howl's Moving Castle. It's so hard to have a favorite for me with Ghibli, but in the good way, where like they're all just so good. It's hard to like. It's really the mood I'm in, really, and I think Castle in the Sky beats Howl in a little bit, but only because Mark Hamill is the villain. Like, if they had Christian Bale and Mark Hamill in Howl's Moving Castle, it would be an instant win. Although Minnie Driver did really good as Sophie, so. I also love that scene where he's they're flying away and she just crashes into the the top of that tower, and he's like, "Hey, you're pretty good at this," and she's like, "You're crazy." No, I just like this, like. It's hard. It's hard to pick a favorite. Like, But like the villain, everyone in this story was fun. Like the people you thought were the villains, the pirates were fun. I mean, even the actual villains were pretty cool. And like the main characters were both really interesting. But I still really like Sophie. I think people are unfair to Sophie because I think she's like, people say she's a boring character, but I liked her in House Moving Castle. I think she was just, she was a fun person to be the stand-in for the audience, as this just like girl who feels unseen, kind of, and just ordinary. And who could blame her with like how, like, it's not their fault, but her family is very like over the top. Like her mother is just like, hello, thanks for dropping in. Some people think she's boring, yeah, but I don't think so. I think she's interesting, but she's just dedicated to her passion. She likes making, well, I mean, although to be fair to their criticism, she's only doing it out of like obligation, is what her sister points out. It's like, you're only doing this because you're the only one who will. But it doesn't mean you have to. Which, I mean, kudos for her for trying, but still, her sister's right. She doesn't have to do it. The mother is more than capable of running that. So, and they could easily find someone else too. So, yeah, it was a good story. I'm gonna have to watch those again. I just also love this scene because it starts off as like them just like he's standing up to these bandits, and then it gets into like him flexing, which gets into them punching each other to see who was tougher. Does she? I mean, you know, she keeps her family grounded in a way, because she's kind of like, the rest of them are kind of like just off, like running around shopping and looking into fashion, and she's kind of the one left to just run the shop while they're off having fun. So I suppose in a way, yeah. And then when she runs into Hal, she kind of becomes his grounding force because he's a coward, it turns out, which I like. I like that for him because the real story of that book is so weird. Like, it involves like fairies and like crazy things happening, and it is bonkers. It's not a bad story because clearly, I mean, Miyazaki liked it enough to make it into a movie. But kudos for him for kind of like taking some creative liberties, because my gosh, that story's weird. Like, I don't think that I can't remember if there was even a prince from another country that was turned into a that was see, I almost did it again. That was involved in a curse. But, I mean, I kind of just did right there. add the counter up. But it's crazy, yeah. I One thing they definitely changed in that from the book was that the book, if you, all you have to do is look at the cover of the book for House Moving Castle, it's a very basic like fort. It's not a giant fish sculpture from like steampunk era. like Gib like Miyazaki like must have just, I don't know how he got them to draw that, but like they really flexed their creativity on that. 4-0. But Hal was a fun character, though, to be fair. I love the scene where she goes to talk to Solomon, and he's like, I'll follow you. And then she's just like trying to find out who he could be disguising himself as. And she's like, he's too vain to be a crow or a pigeon. And then this like guy, this man and woman fly by on a little like one of those little flying vehicles, and the woman lets out this like haughty laugh, and she's like, that could be him. That was so good. It's like, yeah, he's such a like so obsessed with his appearance that she's just like, yeah, that could easily be him. It is cool seeing more anime coming to theaters, because that used to be the only thing I would see in theaters was the Ghibli films. So like it was really hard to find, like, unless it was like a really special event, like maybe Inuyasha might have done that, or maybe not them, but someone might have done that. But now with like My Hero and Demon Slayer and some of these other shonen and bigger anime, they're actually being released in theaters, which would not have been very common. Like I saw, and even with Ghibli, it wasn't until like maybe the third film that they started being released in like bigger theaters. Because where I lived in, like, they were mostly released in indie film like theaters, like smaller ones. I'm gonna have her dressed up like the character too. I kind of want to like add some like beads of sweat to her head and make it look like she's trying to pretend to be annoyed, but she's just like, oh, I'm not line help. She's like, no, I'm just kidding. I almost want to put June behind her, just like, yeah, just like the side glance, like, mm-hmm. All you see is of June is just her eyes just looking over, like, sure, okay, you can't lie to me. Sus. That's good. Sus. I think the only two Ghibli I haven't seen Yesterday's, and but I also haven't seen of the other ones. I have yet to see Porco Rosso and Pom Poko are the two I haven't seen. Pom Poko I hear is funny but weird because it's about Tanuki, and if you know what, and if you know, you know. I'm not going into that. I know this is I talk folklore, but there's some folklore that's just like, yeah, it's fine. It's just maybe not everyone wants to hear that, so I don't want to make people uncomfortable. Look it up if you really want to know. Yeah, with this counter, with this spoiler counter, I'm starting to like look over and hope that maybe one of you will accidentally spoil something, just so that it's not so one-sided. I like, yeah, like I said, there really are no bad Ghibli films. Like The Cat Returns was really fun, and he showed up again as a like background like story in Whisper of the Heart. Like the shopkeeper had a doll of him and spoke about him, and that was really fun too. Cause oh gosh, I always forget the name of it. I'll look it up right now. I mean, it doesn't really matter. It's the analogy won't work because I don't know if you know the book either. But Brian Lee O'Malley made this book when he was younger, before Scott Pilgrim, that was about like growing up. And to me, that's kind of what Whisper of the Heart is. It's a story about young people, the young girl wanting to be a writer, and the young boy wanting to learn how to like create instruments and for people to play, which kind of inspired me for this story a little bit, with like the fact that she wants to do that too. June is wants to be a bard, but she also wants to make instruments for people. But my gosh, my brain just like totally lost my point. I hate that. You ever have that? I guess just that like they're all very like get Miyazaki just like really has like is so good at his craft, like just telling these stories that are just quaint and enjoyable. Like the closest I ever came to kind of like being a little disappointed by one is maybe oh gosh, what's that one called? Ponyo. But even Ponyo's good. I've gone to some. I watched so much animation. One day, perhaps you'll catch up. I just was always just so interested by it. Because I mean, I grew up during the golden age of Disney animation, so. And you grew up in the later part of it with things like Treasure Planet and Atlantis, which I really like Atlantis. Like, I think people always forget that one exists because they keep saying that well, first of all, they get it wrong when they say that Tiano is the first like black character that was a princess, and I'm like, well, I mean, by the end, but she didn't start as one. And also, Kida is a queen. She's and an empress. Like much higher station. Kind of like how people later on would say that Elsa is a Disney princess, and I'm like, I think you need to rewatch that movie. She's getting coronated in it. She's the queen. her sister maybe might have moved into that position, but I'm not even sure how politics in their world works, so who knows? But and like I said last time, I did like Princess and the Frog. I just felt that parts of the story felt very rushed. Like Facilier was a really fun villain, and I wish they could have found more for him to do in the film than just be like this guy that wants to just own the town, I guess, when he's like this user of very dark magic. It kind of feels like he's selling himself very short. For a guy who has powerful allies that he keeps bragging about, I'm like, sure aren't using them properly. Yeah, I could, like I said, I could I could totally get it why. Like I said, it could have been done better. I think like the relationship could have been done better. I like the friend. I think the best character in that movie was her friend, the blonde girl, because she was just like moving at like light speed at all times. And she was legitimately a good friend, which is kind of nice to see in there, where like she wanted to help her friend out, but she knew that the main character would never just like take money as a handout, so she paid her for that party instead, because she knew that was the only way that she would say yes to money. But yeah, it was disappointing that it could have been done better. Like, even though I like the voice actor, the alligator kind of felt like he wasn't even needed in the story. So, but yeah, back to praising Atlantis. Great movie, great characters. And beat Frozen to the hidden villain. Psst. The counter goes up for that. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't say who. And to be fair, that's actually not a spoiler because there's several people who could be. I thought Michael J. Fox did really good in that movie too. She's just like going boink, boink, boink. Like, you in there? Hello? Earth the mom. That one doesn't count. I'm just kidding. You can if you want. So many cool characters in that. Like, I mean, Helga Sinclair was a really cool design, and I always forget. It's funny because I don't remember the guy's name, but he was pretty cool too. He's kind of like an action hero, kind of. the commander of the mission. I forget his name, but I mean that movie also was like probably one of the darker like ones for Disney because of how many like that there it was an entire ship that went out on that mission and not many made it back. So you don't see that too often in Disney. At least not to that level of like honesty where they're like, yeah, you know, it all went terrible. Giant Kraken did turn them into like just a plaything. And that CG looked really good, I thought. The giant Kraken from that scene was so cool. I think he's. Let me see if I can get that scene actually, because. It's dark in here.
Why don't you?
Oops, sorry, I can't do the audio. Oh right, she's holding a frying pan. I forgot about that. So I'll do the parody of that too, where she's kind of like. I need to watch that. Maybe this weekend I'll do that because I keep hearing that's really good, and I keep seeing clips from it, and it looks really like a fun movie that I would enjoy. So I'll definitely have to check it out. Now I'm not doing this right. I'm not gonna delete it, but I do want to like fully draw what he's supposed to be doing a parody of this guy. I need to make it more loyal. I gotta do the full like. I want to make his mustache bristle just like the the character in this scene did. I can tell. I can tell it's gonna be I'm gonna just be really sad through it. It's kind of like the first major revelation in Land Before Time. No matter how many times I see that, the minute I hear that music, I'm just like, well, cool. I'm just gonna go curl into a ball. He's like puffing his chest out like. Oh, I gotta do. No, I gotta do the right shot. I'm gonna do this one actually. So his hands aren't gonna be going up there. I forgot that he lowers them when he does the. I'll do a side by side when I do the actual art, so it's clear I'm not just like trying to claim this is my shot. Because the whole point of this is to like parody the original. See, I'll show you. I'll put it on the screen. Okay, so I get it. There's the shot I'm doing. I love that. He just explodes his clothes. It's just like a confetti party. Oops. See what I mean? This is such a fun movie. This is the kind of craziness that you can expect in this. But it also has, I mean, it's a Ghibli film, so there's also very calm moments too. It's not all loony craziness, but that's what makes the loony scenes like this so much fun. I'll just do a parody of it. I don't want to copy it 100% because he wears different clothes anyway. So I'll just make his shirt exploding. Like his pecs just make it just rip his shirt. Right? It's really funny. I mean, it's really fun too. It's got really it's funny and interesting and has a good story and like good message. I mean, he always puts some environmental stuff in his stories, but this one I felt like it didn't like. It wasn't overbearing. It was kind of just like a background thing that showed up again at the end of the story, but it had to do more with the story itself instead of more like Princess Mononoke, where it was like a bit more in the foreground. But I still really like Princess Mononoke a lot. In fact, that would have been my other choice, honestly. Just because I've been doing more like... If I was going to stick with the action kind of art instead of doing this comedy one, which I'm having fun with, I would have probably done Princess Mononoke, actually, because the main character in that, like with a demon arm, would be fun to like kind of like put one of my characters in this situation against, maybe even not even against him, but maybe just like in the scene with him, or like draw one of my characters dealing with a similar situation. Yeah, that one had like just a really good story too. It's gonna kind of be like doing like a kind of like jutting forward kind of action. But I mean, look at even in that one shot, just how high quality their art is. Like, that's crazy that they were able to like animate every one of the, even though it's only for a few frames, which only makes it more funny. But like the fact that they were able to show his clothing rip in that manner, it's just, but keep the straps so they didn't because they're elastic. I thought that was really clever. And it looks shows that even their older movies still had really great animation. I think the only one that was a dud of any of their movies wasn't their fault. It was Tales of Earthsea, which I don't know if you've seen that. If you haven't seen it, don't. It's not. Sometimes. Well, they would stagger scenes sometimes. Or, well, like, Miyazaki was, I forget the term in Japanese, but there's this term for, like, letting a scene breathe that he firmly believed in and was not something I ever saw in any Disney film. So I was, like, blown away when I saw it in Spirited Away. And in some of the scenes. And, well, I mean, Princess Mononoke was a bit more like either there was something happening or there was something explosively crazy and violent and bloody happening. There weren't too many like calm scenes of nothing. But like Castle in the Sky and Nausicaa and Ponyo and Howl's Moving Castle had a lot of scenes that were like just totally calm. Why what? I don't know what you mean. I forget who said it, but someone came in. Someone was asking me if Richard was influenced by a character from wasn't you? I don't think it was you. It was, I forget who it was, but someone on Discord asked me if Richard was influenced by Seven Deadly Sins, because there's a character called oh my gosh, I forget. There's a guy that looks very similar to Richard, but is bigger somehow. I'm like, he's at least like 8 feet tall, it feels, whereas Richard's like close to 7, maybe. Richard's probably the same height as Batman, essentially. He's a tall guy, no question, but he's not like a giant because he still has to be stealthy. So I'd say he's like around the same height as Bruce. Which is good, because he's fighting people who are like half werewolves sometimes and stuff like that. Which Batman did too. Yeah, I don't even remember the name of the character, because I just didn't... I mean, like what you want, you know, but I just didn't like how the main character was a bit lecherous for me. And that was that era where every main character was lecherous, so I already watched Inuyasha with the priest who was cursed for being lecherous, and I was like, I'm good. Like, it didn't really serve anything in the story, so I felt like it was just added on for fan service back when that was a problem. Like, people nowadays try and complain about fan service, and I'm like, guys, go watch old Cartoon Network shows, and then come back and complain about, like, current Bleach, or current, like, My Hero Academia, or current, like, any animated show now. The problems are not the same. I was annoyed when I heard that like these anime tourists tried to say that Witch Hat Atelier was inappropriate, and I'm like, in what way? It's about a teacher who wants to help his students. There's nothing but wholesomeness in that story, other than like the dark story happening in the background, but that's just because of the world they live in. That's not a reflection on them. But, yeah. But no, it's just funny that this person, like, it's kind of one of those, like, you just come to the same kind of character as, like, other people, is what happened, I think, with Richard, where I'm so used to drawing more, like, athletic, smaller characters, and I finally was like... And the funny thing is, I do have a drawing of Richard I've shown on here, and, he was short when I first drew him. Like, he was just like a 5'8" guy or something like that, or like 5'6". He was average, and then I kind of was like, I changed his story to be this like Black Ops character who came from a like shady like cell in the government that was working with the Sealy court. Still gonna add some of the confetti clothes coming off of him. And because originally also June was going to be younger, but I just couldn't figure out a way to like tell parts of the story with her being that young. Like she was going to be like maybe 11 like Aang. But I kind of felt like telling the story of like a person in their like oh, I 100% agree with that sentiment. Yeah, I could point them to so many anime where I'm like, oh, if you knew. But I don't want to tell them because they would just try and censor those too. But Witch Hat's very wholesome. It's got some dark villains in it too, but so does Disney. It's like, guys, Disney has some pretty terrible villains, and they don't have happy endings. Most of them are at the end of a rope or at the bottom of a ravine. So, how many spoilers is that? Without giving away which one this is, I think that Tarzan was one that surprised me the most. Because that one, they're just like, yeah, this is how this gets ended, and I was just like, whoa, I didn't know they could even like show that much. Maybe her hair's kind of doing the thing that like some of the other characters do in Ghibli films, where she's got the cat hair, where it's going bing. I figure why not do everything Ghibli if I'm gonna go all out. But Witch Hat's been it's been really nice. I love the animation in that show, and the voice acting is great. I haven't listened to too much of the Japanese voice acting, but it's usually really good. Honestly, I've yet to be disappointed when they always find really good people too. It's just that I really like the voice acting for the characters doing the English accents. I just love that expression. Flexing. Show some veins. I don't think they did, but I'm still gonna show some just to push it further. Not much. I don't want to go Hulk, but I do want to. I think Nausicaa is definitely out of all the Ghibli films, one of the ones where it's better to read the manga. I mean, the movie's still really good. I love and speaking of Shia LaBeouf, he's in Nausicaa. He voice acted for one of the characters. And I'll leave it to you to figure it out. I mean, considering how young he would have been at the time, that kind of tells you, like, he only could have done a few characters. But, I thought he did good. I thought he did pretty good. Like, I didn't know it was him, so that's proof that he was still doing pretty good acting. I'm surprised he didn't go back into that. I think he tried to get into writing, is what happened with him. But, yeah. Because, like, Hamill knew that he wasn't probably going to be in movies again, so that's why he went into voice acting, I think. Plus, it's just easier schedule. Like, you can just go into, especially when you're just, like, I mean, he played some pretty big characters, though. I mean, like, the Joker and, like, so many different villains. I mean, the Fire Lord. See, I will allow that spoiler because that is something that will get people to watch it, so. Plus, I think they show that even in the first season, so it's not a huge one. It's kind of like if you're not listening, you might miss it kind of scene. But it's very clearly Mark Hamill doing his Mark Hamill voice. That raspy voice he does sometimes. That even the Joker kind of has. Thankfully, the Fire Lord doesn't have the Joker's laugh. That would be scary. Push it up even further. He's puffing on his chest more than I. There. Yeah, the neckline is there. It's pretty much just like him puffing his chest out totally. I thought she had like really big shoulders on her dress, but I guess she had a pretty normal dress in the scene. I'm so happy I did this. What are we doing time? I think we're near the end. Because I'm starting to burn out. Plus, I have some other stuff I need to do tonight. Oh yeah, I didn't. You weren't here when I made the announcement, but a friend of mine helped me figure out troubleshoot the problem with my my VTuber model. So that might be coming sooner than I thought. Like I found out why the file was so big, so I should be able to figure out how to make it smaller, and then I'll be able to start rigging it in VTube Studio, and you can can't you go into? I think you can just delete it, but I've done that too. I'm more guilty, or I'm more nervous about doing that on Discord, honestly, than on Instagram even. Because Discord, I always have to be like, with like, I think I have like 50 different Discords, and I'm always like, did I post in this one? And I'm like, I have to like go back up and find if I posted already. I'm sure there's a quick way to like search, but like, I wish that like, as much as it's a tedious to like make your posts in like a gallery where like you just post in one thread, it would make it easier to see if you posted already in that thread versus like having to scroll up for weeks to see if you didn't already post, which I've done. I'm just like, okay, I'm good. Never mind. I can post it. I can do it. It's like I'm safe. I love this. I might not even I'm tempted to not even color this, honestly. So I think it does enough of the heavy lifting with just the line work. So if I just refine that, I think I could. It would just be fine. Yeah, I'm not going to recreate the whole scene. But yeah, no, I'm excited to. I'll make an announcement if I actually do make some progress this weekend on the model, because I was just feeling so let down by it that I'm just excuse me. I'm just happy that I like can make any progress at all. Because I was at the end of my rope. I didn't know what to do to fix it. I was just like, everything that was going wrong could go wrong. Like there was just files were everything wasn't showing up right, and I tried to fix it and then it wouldn't show up when I fixed it. And now it might be because I've embedded files in it. So if I can just find the files that I embedded in the live 2D model and get rid of them, I can easily take it down from the 4 gigabytes it is to something more manageable. Like something under a gig, hopefully. You know, something that won't take like and won't make the internet cry every time I use it. I think his pants ripped as well, if I remember right. So I'm gonna start to show them like ripping down here. It's like coming in. I'm pretty happy with this. It's gonna be pretty exciting though, because I have like a whole bunch of plans for the model as well that I was working on while I was doing it. Like I was gonna make it so that my arm holding this little guy was gonna could switch between that and another pose, so I could do like other things, like maybe even like put in a prompt for like doing like stretches, and he'll be able to move when I'm done with him. I haven't got the animation for it yet, but I do want him to move side to side. He won't do much. He won't do the lean forward because it's a guy's model. Who cares? But unless I figure out a way to make that fun, like maybe what I would do is I'll find a way to like zoom it in, and then like the eyes get brighter when he zooms in or something. I might do something like that instead. Like that could be pretty cool. Especially with this glowing eye, I could make it like even more crazy when you get closer. But yeah, I think this is pretty good, honestly. I know I said I was going to do some comic, but I had so much fun with this, I kind of lost track of time. And I mean, it's from the comic. No, I'm kidding. You know, that scene where Richard he meets up with with Grace and scares away the villain by flexing. He flexes, and the entire rift that was going to swallow her just gulps and gives up. It's like, never mind. It's kind of like that Baki the Grappler guy, where he punched the ground and stopped an earthquake. But I think this is a good place to call it. Sorry, I'm going to move him over so he's more visible. But thanks for stopping by. It was really nice having someone to talk to, and yeah. Let's move that out of the way for the final part. Move you over. You're way too far over. There. But yeah, this came out. I'm going to move this back to where it should be, actually. It should be over here. There. But this was really fun. I'm glad I did this one specifically. I mean, like I said, I might do a few more of these just because there's so many good Ghibli films. It's hard to pick one. I might do a couple parodies with different OCs. I'm even outside the comic. Yeah, it has. It's fun to talk to about this stuff, especially because it's newer to you and with some of the cases. So it's fun to see someone's reaction in real time. So, but I hope you have a great rest of your weekend, and thank you. Yeah, and yeah, I'll be back on Tuesday. No, wait, Wednesday. Right. Sorry, my week's all out of whack now that I'm on vacation. I took this week off, but yeah, I'll be back next Wednesday, and I'll be doing some other prompts. I might finish that other one. And yeah, it'll be fun. I'll figure out some other things to draw. But have a great night and take care.